Week 7 SFL action continues this evening from Vipe Sports Stadium here in Houston, Texas, as the Houston Headhunters host the Tulsa Desperados. Good evening, everybody. I am Mike Daggs. With me here in the booth, Gerald Smith with us on stats tonight, Ron Haynes and Ricky Robinson. You are watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Gerald, how you doing tonight?
Doing good, all full up on pastalaya and jambalaya.
So much good
Almost
food.
didn't make it up to the booth.
I did, and then I thought I was going to fall asleep. So I got all sorts of caffeine in me now, and I'm ready to go for this Week 7 matchup. We've got Tulsa, we've got Houston, 3-2 versus 4-1. These teams, Houston sitting on top of the South Division, Tulsa number 2 in the Central. Both of them having great seasons so far.
Yeah, and it's going to be one of the league's top passing offenses, number 1 in Tulsa versus the number 2 passing defense in Houston. So that's going to be a matchup to watch tonight.
A couple of legendary receivers in this game. Gabriel Manning, 6th all-time in receiving yards, just behind Tiberius Bovine on Houston. He's number 5 all-time in receiving yards. Manning only 125 yards behind him, and Bovine in his later stages of his career isn't racking up the yards he used to. We could see Gabriel Manning take that number 5 spot tonight, and we'll get down to the field, get this one started. Tulsa's going to start off on offense. We'll see if Gabriel Manning gets involved early. Who's going to win? As Matt Wilson would say, there's only one way to find out, and that's on the field. Gabriel Manning returns the kick up to the 27-yard line, and that is where the Tulsa offense will get things started, led by quarterback Michael Brown. Gerald, you mentioned it in your intro. He is number 1 in the league in passing yards this season, just under 1,500 yards through the air through 5 games, 10 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, quarterback rating of 84.4, having a pretty solid season so far.
Yeah, and it's all, I feel like sometimes he's just out there, just says close his eyes and throw it in Gabriel Manning's direction.
Yeah.
And he just seems to come down with it.
He's down there somewhere.
And he's a gigantic man, too.
3 receivers set to get things started, and we're going to actually change it up a little bit, Gerald. They're going to start off with a run to Phoenix Jones, the Mexico City transplant, now here in Tulsa. Having a top 10 season, if you will. Top 10 in carries, top 10 in yards on the ground. I expect to see more of him as the season unfolds. 4 receiver and a tight end set here on 2nd down and 9. Brown will throw, has time, fires over the middle, and that one goes to Phoenix Jones. So back-to-back plays to Jones, 1 on the ground, 1 through the air.
Yeah, why not? And we were talking about earlier, getting him involved a lot more to kind of spell some of the Gabriel Manning, because going to be double teaming Manning. But little did we know, at least early on, hitting Phoenix Jones out of the backfield, getting him involved in a different way. I don't think we've seen that thus far from them this season.
He's only got 10 receptions on the season for 48 yards. So add another reception and a buku more yards onto that total. Brown throws once again, and that one is picked off. Taken away and going back the other direction. Houston able to capitalize with a turnover on their first defensive series. Blake Prine with the INT, and Houston takes over at about midfield. His 4th interception, Gerald, on the season.
Yeah, and what a time to do it, right? They hadn't even targeted Gabriel Manning just yet, and guess what Houston does? They're starting off really, really quick right here, getting the ball knocked down, and that's how you have a top passing defense right there.
Right here in prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time. Well, he got the pick. I got to give him a little shout.
Prime time.
Yeah, it's prime time. Dave Burr on the field at quarterback for Houston. 3 receiver set, I formation in the backfield. Ball is going to be handed off to Josh Slapp. Gerald, you talked about him in the Matt Wilson pre-game show. Slapp having a fantastic season, top 3 in rushing yards.
Yeah, and he's getting just over 5 yards per carry, which is 5th in the league, believe it or not. I mean, he's behind people like Logan Lee, who's running, 16 yards a carry, it seems like sometimes. And that's part of their success, right? Having one of the best rushing attacks in the league.
2nd and 9. Ball is handed off once again. Slapp immediately is enveloped by Chris Andrews on the Tulsa defensive line. Actually going to spot him a 2-yard gain there. 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, and this is where Tulsa, if there's a struggle for them, it is defensively, and it is on third down. They've given up 65% conversion to their opponents on third down so far this season. So if they're gonna make way, they got to start cleaning that up.
4 receivers up top. Burr goes up top, wide open. DR Sim all the way down at the 28-yard line. No one even around him, Gerald. That's like leaving Gabriel Manning wide open. You just can't do it.
Well, he ran a great route right here. Got himself right there, just kind of hold it outside where looked like Cameron Shaw was more worried about going like deep, expecting to go a little bit deep, but went toward the sideline, and Dave Burr found him. Flat-footed throw, too. Very, very good throw.
First down and 10. Ball spotted at the 27-yard line. 2 receivers up top. Split backs in the backfield. Yeah, Greg Corky looks like he was lined up in the backfield. He splits out down to the bottom, blocking for Slap, and Travis Arthur lowering his shoulder right into Slap's chest. Second down and 7. Dave Burr is the quarterback. GP Wells, Josh Slap are the halfbacks. Dan Curtis is the fullback. Mike St. Green, CJ Parrish, Ryan Davis, DR Sim, and Greg Corky are the receivers. Daisy Peace and Tiberius Bovine are the tight ends. On second down, another run goes to Slap. That one good for a gain of 3.
Yeah, and Houston is doing kind of what they have done, most of the season, especially in their wins. Kind of slowing the game down. And how do you keep the opposing offense from scoring? You keep them off the field, right? They've got themselves in a situation where they can be in a ball control offense right now.
Third down play for Houston. Gets the connection. Gets the first down. That one going to Greg Corky. Setting up Houston with a fresh set of downs.
And credit to the offensive line, because Tulsa sent everybody and their mama in there and gave Burr just enough time as he rolled out to find an open receiver.
Kenny Cook, Barry Simeon, and Sarah Bergens on the offensive line for Houston, helping buy some time for Dave Burr, opening up some running lanes for Slap and Wells. This one going down to Slap, trying to get around to the right side, gains 5. Second down and 5. This opening drive for Houston going well. They started at the Tulsa 49-yard line and methodically working their way down to the 6.
Yeah, because Tulsa only had 3 plays on offense before they handed it over. So they didn't use up much time. So we're looking at somewhere close to 3 minutes. Houston has had the ball just on this drive going half the field. 5
on the line for Tulsa. The first run to GP Wells of the night. That one goes for a 2-yard gain. Sets up Houston with another third down. They converted one earlier on in this drive. This one a 3rd and short.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be, I would imagine it's going to be Josh Slap or GP Wells here, but I wouldn't be surprised if Mr. Bovine, the Hall of Famer, gets a look here.
Bovine lined up right next to the left tackle. Burr will hand it off to Slap. Slap into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Not only points, but points off turnovers. Always a key to winning games, Gerald. Getting the ball back by the defense and then having your offense go out there and capitalize by putting some points up.
And one of the things, they did it how they've done it all season, right? Ball control offense, not throwing it way down the field, picking up what they need and taking what the defense is giving them. And they've done it, right, to a 4-1 record to this point. So they got their first point to this game here at home.
Extra point is up and good. Iman Kopak, the backup quarterback, actually came in to hand the ball off. He has not thrown a pass this season that we are aware of, but did come in to hand the ball off. Houston out in front, 7-0 over Tulsa. If you are new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career, or just meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. Houston on third down through that drive, Gerald, very successful.
Yeah, and that's what they've done like most of the season, right? They looked really, really comfortable No panic in anything whatsoever, even on the third down that they did have. Just making it happen. And that's how you win ball games.
So Tulsa's going to get another shot at it. Phoenix Jones had a carry and a reception on the opening drive. Gets another carry there. That one goes for no gain. Runs right into the defensive line. Michael Brown's the quarterback. Phoenix Jones, Deion James are the halfbacks. Lars Bazar's the fullback. Sanzo Robinson, Alexander West, Jay Viper, and Gabriel Manning are the wide receivers. DJ Bandit, Marquise Sengo are the tight ends. Phoebe Collins at left guard. 5 wide on second down. Short drop by Brown. Rolling out. He'll take off with it. Gains some yards. Doesn't even slide. Gerald, love to see it. Just keep on surging ahead. Gains 8.
He did some sort of an awkward juke move.
I think he was like thinking of sliding. He's like, nah, man, I'm getting yards.
I don't know if he even knew what a juke move was.
No.
He just kind of, it was, yeah.
He's like, I saw Phoenix do this once, but no, this ain't it.
Yeah, picked up 8 though.
Phoenix Jones takes the pitch, lowers the shoulder, surging, fighting, can't get there. Tackle back at the line of scrimmage, 4th down, and their second drive also comes to a unfortunate end for them. They're going to at least be able to get the punter on the field for this one, punt this one away. Great pursuit off the edge by Kai Cash and company right there to kind of shut that down. Fair catch called for back at the 35-yard line, and that is where Houston will come back out onto the field on offense. 9 plays, 49 yards, and a touchdown, taking about 3.5 minutes off the clock on their opening possession, and 9-play drive. Impressive since they started in Tulsa territory.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, and that's what they've done. They've been one of the better teams that actually held on to the ball, and they hold on to the ball, and they actually get points out of it. So it wouldn't surprise me if with 4 minutes left, they take the rest of this quarter.
Slap takes that carry, good for a gain of 2. Let's roll through the starting defensive roster for the Desperados. On the defensive line, Chris Andrews, Berto Demora, Mike Mello, and Jaden Swift. At linebacker, David Ware, Philadelphia Collins, and Tony Roberto. In the secondary, Nate Heslip, Jay Rock, Cameron Shaw, Todd Rigsby, Travis Arthur, and Marco Swift. Second down and 8. Houston defense already with 1 interception to get their offense the ball in good starting territory, and then on their second outing gets a quick 3 and out. Decent starting field position for the offense once again, and now a 3rd down and 2. So far on 3rd down, Gerald, they're 3 of 3.
Yeah, and Tulsa had so many men in the box on that last run, and they're still able to pick up 6 yards.
Big 3rd down for this Tulsa defense, and can they get there? Yes, they hit him in the backfield, get the tackle for a loss. It was a little bit of teamwork there. Tony Roberto getting the initial hit, Travis Arthur cleaning it up.
Yeah, what we called him last week, the boogeyman, and Tony Roberto was right there, kind of knocked him back, and then Travis Arthur came and cleaned it up. But this is what Tulsa needs on defense, right? To improve, on 3rd down and get their defense off to get the ball back to Gabriel Manning and the company.
Punt taken back at the 17-yard line by Manning, breaks through a couple of tackles and fights his way forward to the Tulsa 25-yard line. So on Tulsa's opening drive, a couple of nice plays, but then they threw a pick and then a quick 3 and out on their second possession. They've only had the ball for about not even 2.5 minutes, Gerald, and Houston, even with that 3 and out, they just had 5 minutes time of possession already. So they're winning that time of possession battle.
Yeah, and they're going to have to hold on the ball a little bit longer, right, or actually strike fast, right? Because Gabriel Manning, I don't even think he has a target yet this game.
Not yet. Well, they're going to come out swinging here as they go right back to the 5 wide look. Brown throws short, and that one is incomplete. That time attempting to throw it to the tight end. DJ Bandit with his first target of the ball game. 2nd down and 10 on the defensive line for Houston. Alex Perez, Denzel Maverick, Anthony Stover and KT Slayer. Linebackers are Jason Peace, Garrett Evans, Chris Britton III. We'll go over the secondary after this next play. Gerald, they're sticking to this 5-wide look.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get some looks for Gabriel Manning, and I think just Houston's got him blanketed up right now.
Jay Viper in motion up to the top. They do throw it up to the top, but that one also incomplete. Blanket coverage, and I believe that was Gabriel Manning's first target.
Gabe Manning, and you can see throwing the ball, and guess what? There was a ton of people around him to jar the ball loose as it hit his hand. So Houston is seemingly making this, offense of Tulsa work.
Mike Bird, John Barnhart, Kai Cash, Guy Incognito, Brady Clark, Al Ingram III, and Blake Prine all make up the secondary at corner, free safety, and strong safety, respectively, for this defense. Gets it down to Phoenix Jones, getting the first down and more. And finally, something goes right for this Tulsa offense in the hands of Jones.
Yeah, and Phoenix Jones, like I said in the pregame show earlier, the Matt Wilson pregame show, we were talking about, how they need to get Phoenix Jones involved. He's been, he hasn't, been a world beater in the run game this game, but he's got 2 catches for nearly 40 yards right now. So, he's actually producing when they're not able to get Gabriel Manning the ball. They're finding him out of the backfield, and they would inch ever so close to midfield. 3
receivers, a tight end, and a running back on the field for this first down play. It was always Matt Wilson's favorite offensive formation. 2nd down and 8. That one goes for a gain of 2 to DJ Bandit.
Yeah, as long as they're getting something on first down, right? It's not quite the yardage that they want, but they gotta get themselves in a rhythm right now because, the Houston defense has the edge right now, right? Even though Tulsa's kind of moving the ball now, Houston has had the edge.
Jones trying to find a running lane and can't quite get there. That time loses the 2 yards they gained, and Gerald, it looked like he tried to break to the outside. I think if he had just kept going straight, he might have had something.
I think the fact that the defensive lineman pancaked the offensive lineman got right in the lap of Phoenix Jones, and he had no other choice but to try and hurdle him or slim through him or something to kind of got off. He wasn't able to kind of bounce it out.
Brown on 3rd down. That gets that pass complete to Robinson, but well short of the line to gain, and their 3rd offensive possession will result in no points.
Well, the good thing about it is, they're making headway and actually played a field position game and, try and pin Houston back right here. I'd feel pretty confident if I was Tulsa, seeing how you held Houston on their last drive to a 3 and out. If they can, kind of repeat that, I think they'll get themselves in a situation to strike back.
Yeah, absolutely. And, this defense of Tulsa's is no stranger to getting turnovers, Gerald. They're going to need to do that tonight. They've got 10 interceptions on the season so far, 1 each by each of their 3 linebackers. Nate Heslop has a pair that, by the way, went for 6. Cameron Shaw's also got a couple, which one of them went for 6. Marco Swift also has 2 interceptions, although he has not learned from Heslop and Shaw how to find that end zone on those picks, but picks nonetheless.
Yeah, neither has Eddie Gage. He can learn something from Heslop.
Josh Slapp with a beautiful run on first down.
What?
Breaking tackles. He ain't done. Crossing midfield. What a run by Josh Slapp.
Josh Slapp doing what Josh Slapp does and leading the charge right here, breaking a few tackles, and it took the boogeyman and Tony Roberto to kind of chase him down toward the end of that play. But he has got 9 carries for 52 yards, averaging almost 6 yards a carry so far this game. A whole chunk coming off of this run right here.
All the way from their own 22 down to the Houston 40, looks like about 47-yard line. That's a run right there.
Yeah, Josh Slapp showing him, basically what he's kind of done all season thus far.
Last play of the first quarter is another run. That one going into the hands of GP Wells. He'll gain 6, and Houston, they've got the lead. They've got the ball, and they're on the move, Gerald. Great first quarter by Houston, and Tulsa's still looking to get things going. So 1 down, 3 to go. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. Aerial coverage of today's game provided by Dags Droneworks, aerial photography and videography services for real estate, events, marketing, and more. Learn more at dagsdroneworks.com. Beautiful view of the Houston city skyline.
Waiting for the Dags Droneworks, funeral shot that we can start advertising on the site. I mean,
stop.
Word on the streets, you're able to perform those duties.
Nobody wants a drone video of a funeral. It doesn't make sense. It never has.
There's a market for everything, Mike. There's a market for everything.
2-yard carry by Slap on that second down play. I'm Mike Dags. He's Gerald Smith. Freaking weirdo. Ron Haynes, Ricky Robinson with us on Stats. Cameron Irvine back at SFL Studios on production. Dave Burr on the field at quarterback on this third down play. Oh, and he's crushed. Berto Demora flies unabated to the quarterback and gets the 7-yard sack.
Berto right off the edge, and they sent enough people in there to where they had more people sending than what they had people to block. And Berto's able to come right off the edge and force a 4th down right here. What a defensive call by Tulsa. They took a gamble, and they got home, forced a sack, now they forced a punt.
Second drive in a row for Houston that is ending in a punt. So Tulsa defense responds. And now it's up to the offense to get going, Gerald. They threw a pick on the opening drive, and then they had 2 drives of their own.
Yeah,
where they got the sack. Excuse me, had to punt.
Yeah, and this is where it almost seems like through a quarter we were just waiting for that big Gabriel Manning play, whether it be in the return game on a punt or kickoff or something like that. But I think it's only a matter of time before we get one.
Short pass over the middle. That one is also broken up. Alexander West gets the target. Can't haul that one in. Second down.
Very good linebacker play right there as he kind of coming across, reading it, letting the ball come across and attacking the receiver to make sure the ball falls to the ground.
Second down and 10. 3 receivers set. Brown to throw. Another short pass. That one caught. I thought that was going for Manning, but scooped up by Bandit. Who tagged him down? I'm not even sure what just happened there.
I have no idea. And think about it, it's like it almost looked like his own teammate touched him before. I don't know. Like I would have got up and started running. Just because.
Brown under pressure, and he gets sacked as well. KT Slayer brings that drive to a close, a 5-yard sack.
KT Slayer getting a 3rd sack of the season, team leading 3rd sack of the season, to shut down the drive and actually pin Tulsa a little bit further back to make this punt a little bit more difficult. And Houston's going to get really good field position out of this. They very much should. They should, pinned in any kind of monster return, but they should get the ball somewhere around midfield right here.
Yuki back in his own end zone. Punting this one away. Taken back at the Tulsa 45, and Greg Corky brings it up to the 41. Once again, excellent starting field position for Houston. Whether it be off of a pick or punts, they've had great opening field position all game long.
Yeah, and last time they started a drive in Tulsa territory, it actually resulted in a touchdown. So we're going to see how they're going to get this one kind of shaken out right here.
Their second possession out of 4 where they've started in in Tulsa territory. Slap. Keeping up with his average. He's got 5 there.
Yeah, and they're doing really, really good things in the run game, right? And look, and that's what I like about what Houston's doing right now, right? They have this winning formula, and they're sticking to it. Ball control offense, not deviating, not trying to panic or anything else. But if I'm 4-1, I wouldn't panic either, especially with a 7-0 lead and your defense is playing as tough as they are.
Houston running game getting things done for him, as you can see right there with GP Wells. Whether it's Slap or Wells, Gerald, they've just been able to get it done on the ground so far.
Yeah, and collectively, these running backs, you think, I mean, how productive that they have been, getting themselves, 4.5 combined yards per carry between the two, and they actually have 9 touchdowns on the season combined between the two. So they're doing good stuff in the run game, not taking too many chances.
Burr throws down to the bottom. That one's incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Greg Corky, the intended target.
I don't think Greg Corky was ready for it. I think it was a little bit of a premature throw.
I think Burr had to get rid of that a little bit more quickly than he had wanted to. Split backs in the backfield. Little MSG moving up top. Burr under pressure, throws, and that one's incomplete. Been under pressure a couple of plays now, Gerald, and that's why he's had to throw it a little faster than he would like.
Yeah, and the linebacker play for Tulsa has improved over the last couple of drives for them as well, with David Ware, Philadelphia Collins, and Tony Roberto, right? Especially in coverage, Philadelphia Collins covering the running back coming out of the backfield and making sure he hits him right as the ball kind of gets in the area.
5 wide. They're in field goal range for Sonny J. They want to try to get this first down and more. Ryan Davis in the slot now. Burr back to throw. Deep drop. Throws into the end zone and incomplete. Tried to hit DR Sim, and that kind of looked like one of those plays, Gerald, where you were talking about like Michael Brown does with Gabriel Manning. Just, Sim's down in the end zone somewhere. Let's just see what he can do. I'm actually surprised he didn't come down.
Well, it was a very good recognition by Dave Burr right there, because he had a mismatch. DR Sim was matched up against linebacker David Ware on that pass. It was a very, very good read. Sim couldn't hang on to the ball, but I think it rushed it just a little bit too soon, but he had to, because he had Berto Tamora chasing him down.
44-yard field goal try from the right hash is up and good. Houston extends their lead to 2 scores after a 6-play, only 14-yard drive, taking a minute off the clock. Are you liking the game so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is nobody else that gives you more football. How do we know, Gerald? Because there's no other football on anywhere right now. It's just us. Don't miss a minute of the SFL or SFLM action, and help the channel grow through your support.
Nobody gives us more football.
That's right. So smash that like button.
Uh-oh.
Look at Gabriel Manning busting out to the side, crossing midfield. Can Gabriel Manning get it on the ground while returning it? Almost did. Finally, Tulsa getting some good starting field position. Now they're best of the ball game by far. They started at their own 27, their own 20, their own 25, their own 10. Now they're starting in the Houston 37.
And this is how they got to get it going, right? Gabriel Manning, for those who are new, relatively new, Gabriel Manning has been probably the most electric return man in history of the SFL, and he shows you why right there. He can turn the game upside down single-handedly just from catching a ball off the opposing after the opponent scores. And now we're going to see if they're going to actually get him more involved on this drive right here, especially them starting on the plus territory side.
Tulsa handing it off to Phoenix Jones. Gets about 9, but a flag on the play.
So it'll be interesting.
And it's a face mask, so they're going to get a little bit of bonus yards. I wasn't sure if this would be a hold or a face mask or what. Incidental variety, they'll tack on 5.
I don't know if there's an incidental.
I know. You're
getting so light. Like, just hit him hard, Like,
you're going to grab his face mask, rip his head off.
Well, why not? It's only 15. Or if they don't really see it right, it could be 5.
Pitch
Phoenix
up top.
Jones.
Oh, nice blocking, too. Jones will gain 8. 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, it's the second play in a row that Phoenix Jones got somewhere 8 or 9 on the play, right? Why? Because they starting to get him involved, right? Because Gabriel Manning it's not quite working in the passing game quite yet for Gabriel Manning. He made an impact on in the kickoff return right there, but his last 2 plays have been the Phoenix Jones, and he's and he's making the most of it. Like I said, he is that elite type back that they can actually lean on.
Another handoff on second down. That time, Deion James getting the carry. 3rd down and 1.
So I'd be interested in see what they do here. I mean, we're all assuming that they're going to give it to Phoenix Jones on this play right here, and they might be able to give it to Lars Bazaar. Who knows?
Pitch up top to
Oh, they're
Jones.
blocking.
Oh, look at all the room.
Lars with a
Jones,
block.
stiff arm, no, gets down at the 4-yard line, but a 1st down and goal for Tulsa. I thought he might get that one.
Me too, and I seen Lars out front, but there were too many defenders for Lars to block, but he got one of them that he could. Kind of get him right inside the 3-yard line right there. So what a drive, all set up by Gabriel Manning thus far here at the 4-yard line. And we're going to see what they're going to do. They got Gabe Manning lined up in like a just right off the edge. What a chance they throw it to him.
0.0%.
You think
This
so?
is a run all day. Brown handing it off, just like I said. Deion James gets the carry. What do I know? It could have just as easily been a throw.
I don't know. You are a 3-game winning like offensive coordinator.
That's
so,
true.
I mean, you
That's
can't.
true.
I mean, a little
Hey,
bit of something about
I'm at
offense.
500 halfway through the season. I'll take it.
Yeah, well, you're
I think we had 3
winning.
wins all last season.
Winning.
So
winning games.
that's it.
all that
2nd
matters.
down and goal. Pitch down to the bottom. Jones fighting, pushing.
Ooh,
3rd
so
down and
close.
goal, all the way down to about the half-yard line. Shout out to John Marine in the chat. Says, hello, ladies and gentlemen, with a smiley emoji. Happy weekend. Gerald, I love friendly, happy people.
Happy weekend.
Happy weekend to you too, John Marine. 3rd and goal from the half-yard line. Deion James to the end zone. Touchdown, Tulsa. And they cut into Houston's lead.
Deion James with his 3rd touchdown of the season on a pitch play right there. Very good blocking. Guards pulling. Lars Bazaar pushing people out of the way. And they get themselves, pending the extra point, within 3 points. What a turnaround. How they looked like maybe that they were kind of out of sorts on offense a little bit. All it took was Gabriel Manning to get a very good return to kind of turn their luck around so far. So they got a little bit of confidence under him and went down and scored with a good field position, and he was able to give them on the kickoff.
7 plays, 37 yards, and a touchdown on the board. Gabriel Manning so far in today's game, Gerald, stat line-wise, 1 target, no catches. But set the team up nice there, as you said, on the kick return game. So getting it done for the Desperados, not necessarily in the receiving game, but in the return game. So Houston back out on the field. They'll take the knee, brings the ball out to the 20-yard line. And that is where they'll take back over on offense. They made a 44-yard field goal on their last possession, Gerald, but prior to that, had a couple of quick 3-and-outs. Had to punt it away. Scored a touchdown on their opening drive. Only those 3-point sets. We'll see what they can do here. 1st down and 10 from their own 20. Getting it into the hands of Slap. He'll gain 5 on the first carry of the drive. And we've got a game update from Cameron Irvine back at SFL Studios.
Thanks, Mike. This game is nutty. Motor City and Portland. The Fleet's first offensive possession. Touchdown! Fullback Jacob Farmer snaps a streak of 12 consecutive drives without a touchdown. And then in the next 2 minutes, there were 3 coaches' challenges. They won them all. Back to you guys in Houston.
What's
Thanks,
going
Cam.
on in Portland? Who has 3 coaches' challenges in a half?
They haven't won a game yet this season, but they won 3 challenges in a row.
Well, it looks like they're on their way to winning. I might add.
On their way to winning.
Hold
They've got
on. I might I add that I picked them this week. And I tell you what, they're looking good with white helmets, orange shirts, and white
You
pants.
can't say a team's on their way to winning this
I can.
early in the game.
I sure can.
It's one. Oh, wow.
I sure can.
Well, you can say it. It
Yeah,
doesn't mean
I
it's
can say it.
remotely true.
Oh, it is going to be true. I believe in you, Portland.
And the 3rd down play is stuffed. Philadelphia Collins getting the tackle, no gain on the play, and Houston's going to have to punt this one away.
Yeah, and guess what? Like I said earlier on their last defensive drive, the defense of the linebackers from Tulsa has stood up. And now if you look at it, Houston has only scored points when their drive has started in Tulsa territory. When Tulsa has put them in their own territory, they have seemingly struggled, and Tulsa is able to stop them and shut them down.
Clarification from the commish, two challenges by Portland. One was by Motor City. The challenges were all won by those respective coaches. So,
but who challenges that many?
Well,
I guess if you have a combined one win between you got to win at something, right?
Justin Reside in the chat asking what's in the water in Portland. Ships. It's the fleet. That's what's in the water is the ships.
I would agree. And they're
Tulsa.
sailing on the way to win.
No! Throws an interception. That one's going back the other direction. Jason Peace gets the pick. And Tulsa turns it over again. Houston in great starting territory.
Yeah, and Tulsa was looking good, forcing a 3-and-out on the previous drive right there, and it took all but one play. Or maybe 2 plays to throw an interception, and now Houston has it in Tulsa territory again off of the second interception thrown by Michael Brown today.
Jason Peace was one of the few Houston defenders that did not have an interception this season. Can cross him off the list. He's got one now. First on the season. Gets the ball back for his team. Slap takes the 4-yard carry on first down. 2nd and 6.
Well, the Tulsa defense can step up right here and actually help out their offense, right? Either one, force a turnover, right? Nate Heslip might step into one and take it back to the house because it seems like everything he catches turns to a touchdown. Or they can actually force a field goal and actually get themselves, out of here and get themselves the ball back.
2nd and 6. Dan Curtis in motion down to the slot. He was the great decoy on that play. GP Wells carries it straight up the gut. Gains a bunch, fresh set of downs.
Yeah, GP Wells, right? The 5-season veteran. He was being so patient right here. Just kind of navigated his way through it. Let his blocks develop and just found a nice crease to propel himself forward.
2 minutes to go here in the first half of action. Houston out in front, but nursing a narrow lead. 10-7 over the Desperados. You're watching the Simulation Football League on YouTube. Dave Burr, only 2 pass completions so far this game, Joe.
He hadn't needed it.
20 rushing attempts, make that 21.
Slap, easy going.
Untouched, end zone, touchdown, headhunters.
Yeah, and that right there was the fault of Philadelphia Collins not staying home and giving away the edge to the running back, the faster running back, not getting off the edge and doing what he needs to do. And there it is, Josh Slapp doing what Josh Slapp does and going in for a touchdown and giving his team a 2-score lead again.
Josh Slapp's 2nd rushing touchdown of the ball game, his 5th on the season. Gerald, for even the season he's had so far, he only had 3 rushing touchdowns coming into tonight's ball game. One more, and he'll double his season total. Extra point is up and good. Houston back out in front by 10.
And you know that, and I'm going to say it again, they've only scored points when their drive has started in Tulsa territory.
Yeah.
Right? If Tulsa's able to kind of put them on the opposite side of 50, it seems like they have a lot more success. So, I mean, Tulsa's got to do something, and who would have thought it too, right? That we actually have, Gabriel Manning really only having 1 target on the offensive side right now as far as, receiving.
Another flag. Looks like an illegal block in the back called on Tulsa, and that's going to back them up probably around to their own 10. Well, no, 18. I can't do math, I guess.
Yeah, maybe it was half the distance because it exceeded half of the distance.
I guess the return was a little farther than I thought. So, again, what do I know?
It was exactly 15. It got to the 33 minus 15 is 18.
Average starting field position on scoring drives, the Tulsa 39. So to your point, Gerald, they start in Tulsa territory. They have found much success.
17 points.
Gabriel Manning up top. Still just one target with no catches. Phoenix Jones, on the other hand, gets his 8th carry of the ball game. He's got about 23 yards now on the ground. 2nd and 6.
We're going to have to see, like, if they're even going to target Gabriel Manning anymore, right? You know what I mean? I mean, Dave Murray has got to be seeing something that he's not able to get the ball to Gabriel Manning at all, except for just one target.
Pitch up top to Deion James. Plenty of room to run there. Gets up to about the 30-yard line. Moves the chains, but Gerald, minute 20 to go in the half. You've got all 3 timeouts. You don't seem to be in any particular hurry.
Yeah, and they don't have a sense of urgency right here, but the good play right here is they're able to get themselves another first down and move the ball and get closer. I don't know if you're actually in a sense of urgency right now, right? I mean, you have 3 timeouts. It's still over a minute.
Yeah. Houston gets the ball to start the second half, though. I'd like to see if it was me, I'd want to get some points. Phoenix Jones gets a gain of 3, and they'll be content even with less than a minute to let the clock roll.
Yeah, I would have kind of either gone with the hurry up here or kind of have somewhat of sense of urgency. Call timeout. Get it said that you need to try and push it downfield at least.
See what they do on this one. 3 receiver set. Button I formation in the backfield. Kind of tells me it's a run, and it is. Deion James. He'll be tackled short of the line to gain. 3rd and 2, and now they finally call their first timeout. Gerald's face is in his hand, just looking like...
I don't understand that. Like, why would you even...
Why now?
Call it at that time? Like, why wouldn't you call it with like a minute left, right? Like, I understand it wasn't in a rush, but if you're going to be content with just
the 1
running
minute
the
mark,
clock out, like
just
let it run out. Why would you call it?
Bandit in motion now down to the bottom.
Then it's 3rd down. You call it for 3rd down. They're probably going to run right up the middle.
Phoenix Jones in the backfield again. The pass, though, deep pass over the middle, and just got a little carried away there. Gerald way overthrew whoever was potentially targeted there, and now we'll see Itachi Yuki on to punt.
Boy, it had to be DJ Bandit out there. He's the one that kind of went split out, coming right off the line, split out, and he just severely overthrew him. He didn't even give a receiver a chance right there to even try and make the catch.
Yuki punts this one away. Fair catch called for. Back at the 18-yard line. 24 seconds to go. I would expect to see Houston hand the ball off a couple of times to Slap, see what he can do, and then head into the half with a 2-score lead.
This is surely the Tulsa offensive output that we just didn't expect to see.
Yeah, I know.
We have, unofficially 48 passing yards from the Tulsa offense.
Slap with a nice run.
Wow.
We'll get up to the 31, and that's what I expected, is they'll probably just let the clock roll. Michael Brown, 4 of 10 and 2 picks on his last 10 attempts. So that's part of the reason that the passing game just has not gone how they've been expecting.
No, not at all. And one of those misses, right, was to Gabriel Manning, but that was a little bit earlier in the game. But I mean, he didn't have any catches. His impact has come in only in the return game.
John Marine says he likes Houston's uniforms and logo. Houston wearing the gold and black in tonight's contest. Looking very sharp indeed. And that will bring us to the end of the first half. Gerald, it's been kind of all Houston in this one. We've seen some flashes of potential from Tulsa, but Gabriel Manning still 1 target.
Yeah.
No catches. 17-7. Your score at the half. Houston out in front. They'll get the ball back to start the second half. Gerald, your thoughts on the first half of play?
Oh, it's all about Tulsa allowing Houston to get the ball in their territory, and Houston is taking full advantage of it to the count of 17 points. So 3 times they have gotten the ball in Houston territory, and they have turned them all, in Tulsa territory, and they have turned them all into points. So, for Tulsa, the key is, hey, play the field position game, move down the field, and don't turn the ball over in your own territory, and allow Houston to have those short fields. And the passing game of Tulsa is uncharacteristically non-existent.
Yeah.
So, and for that to have a look, and credit to Houston's defense, they do have one of the top passing defenses in the league right now, and they are showing why they actually have it. Right, they actually picked off Michael Brown twice, and kind of shut a little bit of stuff down. But Tulsa's got to do something, and Houston's gonna receive this second half kick, I do believe, and they would have a chance to put themselves up by 3 scores.
Get the second half started from Vipe Sports Stadium in Houston, Texas. The Headhunters will indeed get the ball to start quarter number 3. I'm Mike Dykes. He is Gerald Smith, Ron Haynes, Ricky Robinson on stats, Cameron Irvine on production. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Greg Corky brings this one up to the Houston 30. That is where Dave Burr and the Headhunters will come back out onto the field. So, Gerald, I usually like to go over the quarterback's first half production, and if I was to tell you that the quarterback's first half production was 2 of 5 for 32 yards, you probably would say, are you sure that wasn't his first drive? But no, that's Dave Burr's production in the first half. It's been all on the ground. Josh Slapp, GP Wells getting it done.
And if you think about it, both quarterbacks combined do not have 100 yards.
Nope. Very ground-oriented game so far in this one. And we'll stick to that theme as Slapp takes his first carry of the second half. In the first half, 16 carries, 90 yards, adding on to that total now.
Yeah, and Tulsa's going to have to adjust their defense because they're putting a ton of people in the box, and they're actually putting their linebackers right on the inside of their defensive tackles. And Houston is recognizing and running right to the outside right there, getting all their linebackers caught up, as I call it, in the junk.
Wells takes that carry up the gut. That one goes absolutely nowhere. Great tackle on the play by Travis Arthur, 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and they're going to have to, this is a pretty important, I think it's one of the most important third downs of the game right here. I know it's only just the start of the second half right here, but if Tulsa can stop them right here, it's going to bode well for them.
Oh,
look at him go.
Burr gets the first down. A little bit more, slides down for safety, gets the first down.
What recognition by Dave Burr. The whole pocket was collapsing all around him, had a sliver of hope, and just slid right out and kind of ran himself down for the first down. Move the chains.
Daisy Peace didn't do him any favors there, and it was actually Iman Kopech that was in at quarterback, Gerald. He's the one that ran it.
Oh, jeez,
and got the first down.
Throwing quarterbacks in there.
Kopech getting the carry. So even on that play, they stuck to the ground. Slapp getting a first down carry on first down. Goes for about 12.
You think that was a design run by Kopech?
I didn't look at it. I don't think it was designed.
What a crazy thing about it, he hasn't attempted a pass all season long, right?
I don't think he read the.
You think him being a rookie is just like I don't know.
He went through his reads quick. He was like, nah, I'll just run.
Well, when you got people surrounding you like that.
Slapp with 108 on the day now. GP Wells bottled up at the line, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, well, here we go. I mean, Tulsa, now that they have allowed Houston to get in their territories, typically hasn't bode well for them. But we're going to see how it's going to work for them and how they're going to adjust to be able to slow them down.
Quick pass by Bird to MSG. Mike St. Green gets the first down tackled at the Tulsa 30-yard line.
The first target, first catch for Mike St. Green on a quick slant right there. Like a no-step drop, threw it right over David Ware's head. And is slowly moving the ball.
You ever use MSG when you cook, or do you stick to salt?
This got good old salt.
Yeah, me too.
Like, there's salt and then there's sea salt. You ever use that, what they call it, pink Himalayan salt?
Nah,
what is that?
I can't get in on that pink salt. I do use the sea salt, though. And kosher salt. I don't know. It's like a pink rock.
Where's it pink?
I don't know, because it's in the
pink
Himalayan
rocks in
mountains.
Oh.
These are the things I do not know. 2nd down and 8. Carry of 2. You saw the team stats there a moment ago. The rushing yards, the big difference there, Gerald. 160 to 50. You can see Slap's got 107 of them.
And look what he's got. He's got 52 after the first hit. So he's making headway, right? Nobody's kind of slowing him down. Half of his yards are coming after the first hit.
Shotgun snap to Burr. Burr, quick pass
Oh,
over the
what a
middle and a
catch.
jumping one-handed catch by the legend, Tiberius Bovine. Sets him up with a 1st down and goal.
Grandpa still got it. 20 seasons in the league. And he jumps up and one-hands this thing and gets up and walks with a little swag after. Like, yeah, I still got it. I may not get the production, but I still got it in me.
That is the Nice Hands catch, brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. SFL 4K 23. Slap. Gets about 5 or 6. 2nd and goal.
Well, what I'd like to know is what type of Cajun seasoning does Mr. DR Sim use? Because that's extremely important.
Yeah.
He's a Southern guy right next to the Cajun state in Louisiana. We
yeah,
have to know this.
I mean, most Cajun seasoning is packed with salt on its own. You don't need to add extra salt.
Not really. Not the good ones.
No? Well, Buddy's doesn't have salt in it.
It has salt, but not
A little
as
bit,
much as you would
yeah.
think.
Tony's has salt.
Lots of
GP
it.
Wells, he's got a football. Gains about a yard there. Houston Headhunters' current drive, 10 plays so far. Longest by either team tonight. They had a 9-play drive to open their first possession, and that started at the Tulsa 49. 3rd and goal from the 1. Pitch up top into the end zone. Slap does the hat trick. 3 touchdowns for Josh Slap. Houston out in front, 23-7. Extra point coming.
Yes, and guess what they did? They got down in Tulsa territory, and they actually got themselves in a situation to score again. What do? They give it to Josh Slap, make it easy, broke a tackle off the edge from Berto DeMore and gets himself in the end zone to make it now a pending extra point, a 24-7 lead.
Lord Destro. McCormick brand Cajun seasoning?
Jermaine.
Jermaine.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
No.
Take it back.
No, yeah. Give me your address. I will send you some legit Cajun seasoning.
I'll mail him a can of Tony's. You send him some buddies.
Yeah, man, we gotta up your game, Jermaine.
McCormick, I am tempted to drive to DC right now and hand deliver him some authentic Cajun McCormick. Are you kidding me?
Look, I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's. It's like getting gumbo out of the Campbell's can.
It's the same thing. Oh, Jermaine.
Love you, Jermaine.
Well, a little bit less than before, though. I mean,
he's gonna have.
He lost some points.
He's gonna. He's gonna. See, even the commissioner knows. Our producer knows. Mike Dagg's on the move, helping out a guy in D.C.
Well, somebody's got to. McCormick.
Dang.
Unbelievable.
Oh yeah, you gonna see Jermaine's gonna get heaping loads of boxes out of the house, and his girls will be like, Jermaine, what you got coming to the house? All these boxes from New York. What's going on?
I'm just thrown off. Anyway, Jay Viper gets his first catch of the ball game. That's his 2nd target. Gains about 9.9, 2nd in inches.
Yeah, and they're gonna have to get themselves in a situation where they're going to have to be a lot more productive from the other receivers because Gabriel Manning is just not being productive at all, right? So they're going to have to do something, either getting Phoenix Jones more involved, but they're going to have to start moving the ball quick now.
Jones stiff arms a man into the ground and gets a bunch after it. Gets the first down and more.
And that's the things they're going to need. They're going to have to do, more like chunky yardage right there, right? And look, I do believe that this is a drive for them, that they're going to have to go down and get themselves a touchdown. Not a field goal, a touchdown, right? A field goal would get them in a situation where it would be a 2-score game, but I feel like a touchdown is of need for them right now.
McCormick. First down.
And we share the same last name.
Yeah. McCormick. Pass up top is complete to Sanzo Robinson. Tulsa on the move on this one, Gerald. They've gotten a couple of first downs. They're going to keep this going.
Yeah, Sanzo coming up, right? And Sanzo's a former running back. A lot of people might not know that. Former running back Sanzo, long-time Tulsa desperado. When they got Douglas Brown over some seasons back, Douglas Brown's not with the team anymore, but Sanzo said, hey, I'll step aside and move over to wide receiver. Less hits that way.
Yeah, that's for sure. Brown rolls out right, throws over the middle. Robinson with another catch. Moves the chains once again.
Yeah, and this is a drive that they needed right here, right? They need to get themselves in it. And they're not wasting any time moving down the field either. They're getting the pretty nice chunks and everything else, and Sanzo's got him inside the 30.
Fresh set of downs for the Desperados. Got the ball at the Houston 30-yard line. Looking up at that scoreboard, down 3 scores. Trying to capitalize here. Phoenix Jones, another brutal stiff arm. It takes some effort to stiff arm a guy like that as well.
Yeah,
putting Jason Peace into the ground.
Yeah, and Kai Cash comes off his block and just laid into him.
3 receptions to Viper. Oh, excuse me. Robinson with 3 receptions, Viper with 1. Manning still only 1 target, no catches.
Yeah, the receiving group not being very
productive.
Pass
up top. There's the second target to Gabriel Manning. Could not haul that one in either. Double covered. Gerald, you talked about that in the Matt Wilson pregame show about trying to apply double coverage to Gabriel Manning, and I think that's been the feature today, and it's working.
Yeah, it's actually working. It hadn't even allowed Michael Brown to even target him all that often. It's been very, very good passing defense by Houston thus far.
Brown rolls out left, throws left, finally connects with Manning. Gerald, there's 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in the third quarter. That is Gabriel Manning's first reception.
Well, I thought you were going to say there's that much left in the third quarter. And do you know where your Gabe Manning is? And he's right there.
I was about to put him on the side of a milk carton.
Right? So, look, and you got to see, and they're bracketing him right above and below him right there. It's still very good defense by Houston, right? It was just even a really good route and even a better pass by Michael Brown to be able to get Gabriel Manning the ball. It just shows you, what kind of a priority Houston has made Gabriel Manning.
5-step drop by Brown, throws towards the end zone and hits the cameraman. Jay Viper, the intended target. Second out.
And this is where I think you might be able to get Phoenix Jones a little bit more involved right here, right? Because I think a touchdown does you a whole lot of good right here. You're in a position where you can cut it to 2 scores regardless. I think a touchdown is a lot more important than a field goal, at this stage. But, I think you get Phoenix Jones a little bit more involved out the backfield or in the run game.
Brown pumps, has time, throws to the end zone again, and hits the other cameraman.
It was a whole lot going on in the backfield there. I thought he was going to get sacked at one point, and he tried to find Phoenix Jones and just overthrew him. It was a
little bit of contact in the end zone.
Yeah, could have been a little bit of PI. They had 4 guys there with 2 desperados, and I don't know. Like what are you calling here? If you're them, anything to Gabriel Manning?
Yeah, pretty much. Although, really. Well, Manning is almost leading in yards. Robinson, too. Pass over the middle. Oh, almost got that one. Got it into Robinson's hands, but then it was punched out. Tulsa was 50% on third downs going into that one, and now 4 of 9. Field goal unit will come on to at least cut this down to a 2-score game.
Yeah, it was prime time right there, just kind of coming through and jarring that ball loose from Sanzo. But with this attempt here, if they make it, reduce it down to 2 scores.
High snap, but it's corralled in. 28 yards from the left hash is up, and it is good. 11 plays, 61 yards, and at least it ends with some points. And like you said, cut it down to a 2-score game. Stay tuned for SFL announcements on enhancements and new features coming to the progression system, plus the location and details of the 2024 convention. The SFL is committed to improving the league and its convention each season and the next level of play off the field, in the pool, and on the portal. It's coming soon. Looking forward to that announcement. Finding out where that convention could be.
I too, sir.
Feel like we're close.
Yeah, well,
I can tell you one thing.
I sure hope we're close.
It's not going to be near the McCormick plant where Jermaine lives, 20 minutes down the road from the McCormick factory.
Everybody bring their Cajun seasoning.
Yeah.
Look, I tell you what. If Jermaine comes to the convention, everybody needs to bring their own specialty brand of Cajun seasoning, no matter where you get it, as long as it ain't McCormick.
I have 3 different brands of Cajun seasoning in my kitchen. Not one is labeled McCormick.
I would agree. I'm from Louisiana. I get Louisiana branded.
Yeah.
Locally made
like
seasonings.
Buddies.
Yeah, Buddies and Mr. Sashery, Tony Sashery.
Tony Sashery. Yeah, that's my favorite one. I love the Tonys up here.
And you got that Cajun 2-step I use as well.
I don't know. Do I have Cajun 2-step? I got Slap Your Mama.
Yeah, Slap Your Mama is salty.
Yeah, that one's got a lot of salt. It's a football game. Slap. Oh, speaking of slap, Josh, slap your mama.
What?
First down.
Anybody named Josh could go around slapping their mama now.
Well, don't assault your mothers. That's not what we wanted.
But yeah, it's like Houston's going to keep doing what they're doing. I think they're going to try and grind it out, right, for the next quarter and a minute and a half. Look at Berto. Oh.
GP Wells hitting the backfield. Had to fight to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, second down.
Was that Berto or was that the boogeyman off the edge? I couldn't make
that's the boogeyman.
Yeah, Tony Roberto himself coming off the edge. He's been making plays right there, right? Coming off the edge, kind of slowing the running backs down and, allowed him to get no gain right there.
He was on the line. He was still standing up, but he was right there on the line. Oh, pass over the middle. Tipped and incomplete. Could not haul that in. Jay Rock. Rocks for hands, perhaps.
I was about to say that. Jay Rock.
Come on, man.
His stone hand. Rock is right. That was an opportunity to kind of turn it around and put his team in.
They got to get the ball back. They need 2 more
territory.
touchdowns to tie this up. That would have been a huge gain for the Tulsa defense. But they still got an opportunity now to at least force the punt or potentially force the turnover. So far, Dave Berg has kept it clean, but he's only 4 of 8.
So they get some pressure right here. I think pressure here is going to be key and not allowing the quarterback to have time to throw.
Burr has time, throws over the middle. That one's tipped and incomplete, and the defense holds. Todd Rigsby breaks that one up, 4th down.
Rigsby with a play. He stretched out really far to get his hands on that ball because the receiver did have a step on him. Very, very good play to force this punt. Tulsa get the ball back. Still in the 3rd quarter.
Punt is away. Comes down at the 26, brought up to the 29. Michael Brown, 9 of 19. Around 100 yards passing. 2 picks, though, Gerald, and that's got to stop. They need to find the end zone twice and prevent Houston from scoring all along that way just to get this tied back up.
Yeah, and they've actually done pretty well, right? Like if they start holding there, it's like it seems like Houston gets an extra edge once they get past, midfield into Tulsa territory. If they can hold them. Oh no!
Oh, Brown fumbles and it's recovered by Houston. Denzel Maverick picks it up. Looks like that one was punched out by Alex Perez.
Came right around there. What a defense right here. Coming right there and just able to get it and knock it out right there. Oh, man. And this is not very good right here for Tulsa.
I think that was actually forced out by Anthony Stover.
A whole lot of chaos.
The cameraman panned in on Alex Perez, but looking at the replay, it looks like Stover punched that one out.
And now they're looking to take advantage right here. Could this be the another drive starting in Tulsa territory that's going to result into points?
Slap. Bottled up at the line. I mean, they're already in scoring range. And here's the thing, Gerald. I mean, even if they just get the field goal here, it's once again a 3-score game. I mean, Tulsa already had a tall hill to climb, being forced to score 2 touchdowns and allow no points just to tie. They've got to get some sacks here or a turnover, or they're going to really be hurting.
And Tulsa has the defense to do so. At least they've shown that this game.
Yeah.
Because if they've allowed, if Houston had to go, more than, midfield, they've actually had a chance to stop them. They've actually done pretty well.
Oh, we saw Nate Heslip get 2 pick sixes last week. So far, he's had a quiet game, but if Heslip can, reignite that fire, heck, that could be something that could help him. 3 quarters in the books. 10 minutes remains here from Houston. The Headhunters out in front, 24-10 over the Desperados. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube.
Of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
I'm Mike Daggs. He's Gerald Smith. We've got the legendary Ron Haynes and Ricky Robinson in on stats for us tonight. Cameron Irvine back at SFL Studios on production. Welcome to the 4th quarter. Dave Burr under center, split backs in the backfield. Mike St. Green going for a little jog. He's now up in the slot. Burr will throw. Has time, throws over the middle, finds DR Sim for the touchdown, and Houston's on a roll.
God, he started out right on the top of your screen, going left to right, makes himself across the middle on like a slant route over the middle, finds himself open, does a little spin move, and I know it's early on in the 4th quarter, but the way that they have played, I think they almost have sealed it, because they put up way too many points, scored off every single turnover by Tulsa, and turned it into points, and not only field goals, but touchdowns. And this gives them a 3-score lead.
DR Sim, 5 receptions, 64 yards, and a pair of touchdowns in their win last week. Has a couple of receptions tonight, about 43 yards and a touchdown. And the Tulsa bench looking a little bit defeated as the score is now 31-10 in favor of the Headhunters. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and find the perfect track for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. 21 points off turnovers. Gerald, it's one thing for your defense to get takeaways. It's a whole nother when your offense is then able to capitalize off of it to the tune of 3 touchdowns. It's very hard for a team to overcome that.
And it's efficiency by the Houston offense too. What?
Look at Phoenix Jones. That's the Phoenix Jones I remember. 9-yard carry, but a punishing run.
Jesus, that was a mad run. Like, he was angry running right there. Just like, yeah, we're losing. I'm going to just give out body bags on the, on the way. Like, you know, that's a crazy stat. There's a weird challenge, we know. But, crazy stat. Let's say crazy stat. Houston probably has the oldest pass catchers in the league.
They're ancient.
They're combined.
You even call one the grandpa.
Yeah, well, they got a lot of grandpas.
Well, let's take a retroactive look at this play presented by Retroid. Get your SFL console at GoRetroid.com. I think Tulsa thinks they got the first down. I don't. I don't know even why you would waste this challenge, but
it was short a whole yard.
But yeah, Houston's receiving core. Yeah, they've
use math.
I can't
including
do all
the tight
that
ends.
Math. 18 seasons in the league, 20 seasons in the league. How long's Corky been in? 12. Okay, well that's not that hard then. So you got 30. It's 50 seasons just between those three guys.
Yeah, well they got a total between everybody else. They got 62
adding up all
seasons.
them.
62 seasons worth of talent.
Good Lord.
As far as pass rush goes from tight ends to receivers. Talk about some grandpas. And they playing at an elite level.
Sure are. Phoenix Jones gets the first down carry. So, see, that's why I don't really understand why they wasted that challenge.
It was 2nd down and 1. You still had literally 3 other downs to pick it up, and they just used 1. I think they got to play with a little bit more urgency than this. Being down 3 scores, 9 minutes left.
Yeah. Ball is handed off to Deion James. Like this play calling right now, fantastic in the first quarter when it's a 0-0 ball game. This is, nice mix of the run and the pass. You're down 3 touchdowns. You got 9 minutes to go. Like, figure even if you had 3-minute drives and somehow never gave the ball to Houston even once within that time frame, you still are barely making it.
See, I wouldn't mind it if they were 2 scores down, but 3 scores down is a little bit different.
That's too much. Phoenix Jones does indeed get the first down, and maybe now that they're approaching midfield.
And the thing that makes it just kind of, I guess, weird, as I'm going to say, it's like as of right now, it's a time where you need to get your passing game more involved and try to get Gabriel Manning going, even at this late stage in the game. But they're just consistently running the ball, which is something they probably should have done a lot earlier in the game than what they have. But here we are. I mean, look, we probably have 4 straight runs now on this drive right here. So they are moving the ball, but I just don't think they don't have the time.
It's actually the 5th straight run, and you look at the last 10 pass attempts, 4 of 10. No touchdowns and a pick for 51 yards. Make that 6 straight runs now. I mean, he's getting it done, but look at that clock just tick away. Got a game update from the other one going on. Cameron Irvine back at SFL Studios.
Watch this play. Down the end of the half, the time is running out on Motor City. Nobody thought they were going to have enough time to get this off. Hurry, 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 and... there must have been 0.1 on the clock. They got it. It's good. They tack on another one. The most exciting 10-6 game you'll see all season. Portland up by 4. Back to you.
Let's go, Portland.
Oh, you stop it. Sticking to the... I'm going to stop doing picks on games that are going on when we're calling another game. You're obnoxious.
No.
You are as obnoxious as it is that Jermaine's using McCormick's season.
Full speed ahead. The fleet has got steam, and they're using it right now.
I can't roll my eyes far enough into the back of my head. Oh, that actually kind of hurt. 2nd down and 4. This is the 8th straight running play. Down 3 touchdowns.
I don't get it. I don't get it. It's almost as if they're just throwing in the towel at this point. I mean, they got the ball.
But it's too early to do.
That's what I'm saying. They got the ball with 9 minutes left. Here we're approaching 6.5. There's 2.5 minutes of just runs.
Gabriel Manning down to the bottom. Finally a pass. Brown looking. Goes down to the bottom towards DJ Bandit. That one's incomplete. Now it's a 4th down.
I'm not quite sure what Michael Brown saw. He had a couple of receivers right in the middle of the field just standing there, and he decided to throw to the one guy who was in coverage in DJ Bandit. That was I don't know what that was.
And they'll punt this one away. They're not even going to go for it. Fair catch called for back at the 15-yard line by Greg Corky.
3 and out, and it got to be quick for Tulsa. Like this, if Houston can eat some clock with the type of offense they have, and I just it has to be a quick 3 and out. And why is Burr in the shotgun?
I don't know. They're looking. Maybe he's got money on the over. I'm not sure. Just a delayed handoff to Josh Slap-Ya-Mama, continuing his great night. Look at the passing yards. You got Michael Brown at 99. And Gerald's broken. Burr with only 88, but man, up 31-10, and it's because of Josh. Okay, fine, because of Josh Slap Ya Mama. GP Wells also has about 40 yards, but the two of them, 37 combined carries. They've done a good job splitting it up between them, and Burr says, I'm going to throw deep, and he finds Tiberius Bovine. Grandpa gets to midfield.
Yeah, and guess what? He's actually got a couple of catches, both of them for chunk yardage. He's got well over 40-plus yards in the air, receiving right here, right down the middle, has all kinds of room. Bovine with his neck board says, I still can play.
Well, he's probably got to go to the sideline now and rest, though.
He needs oxygen
yeah,
or something.
At least.
He's like, give me my walker so I can get off the field.
So he rolls out there with a jazzy. He sits down and rides off. Slap with a 6-yard carry. 2nd down and 4. Gerald, we were talking off the air about this matchup and what we were expecting to see tonight. And one question that you and I both had was, here's Houston, who's had a couple seasons in a row ending at 6-6, and they're leading the South Division at 4-1. And we both said, we want to see, are they legit? Like, is this for real? Like, did they just have some, lucky success to get to 4-1? Like, what is it? And I think the commish has lost it. Houston Headhunters Tiberius Bovine has just qualified for a mobility scooter.
Well, at his age, I can't. Might be.
Congratulations to the Hall of Famer on achieving the mobility scooter.
He's eligible for one.
Let's take a retroactive look at this play presented by Retroid. Get your SFL console at GoRetroid.com. Anyway, before that, random interruption. So we were saying, is Houston legit? We watched Tulsa beat Atlanta last week, and they looked just dominant. They made their way all the way to 3-2, and I thought that they were going to put up one heck of a fight against the Headhunters here, but the Headhunters came out, and they have, completely shut down Gabriel Manning and have just looked dominant on both sides of the ball. They've even got Grandpa involved. Are they legit? Yeah, they're legit.
Yeah, and I would say so too, because dude, this is their best start in a very, very long time, right? So Houston is putting up, and they're going to improve to 5-1 on the season, leading our South Division, and they look like a really, really huge foe, for everybody in the division, not only in our division, but also the league as a whole, right? And they took their lash in the game that they lost. They learned from it, and here they are now, just coming out and putting it to the opposing team.
I wonder what it is that qualified Bovine to win the mobility scooter. He's got 52 yards. Do you think he just needed 50 to hit it?
I think it's 20 years in the league.
Oh, well, yeah, but he's had 20 seasons in the league. All season long. It's not like he just hit that milestone.
Well, he's got
an update from Portland, Gerald, to see what's going on back over there. Cameron Irvine.
Let's go, Fleet.
3rd and 15 for Motor City. and no one covers Johan Sutherland. One-handed catch. He's all alone. Don't say I never gave you nothing, Mike. The V8s take the lead 13-10 in the third. Back to you.
Touchdown, Motor City.
They're in port refueling.
Whatever.
It's coming.
The fleet is going to sink.
No, they're gonna do it.
Yeah, we'll see. Josh Slapp pushing his way forward. Houston back in field goal range, Gerald. Already up 3 scores. I mean, they hit a... Technically, if they get the field goal here, it's still 3 scores. But it'd be 3 touchdowns and 3 2-point conversions just to tie. Michael Irvine in the chat. Announcer jealousy. Bovine is so fine.
I would agree.
I got, yeah.
That neck board makes him ultra top.
Sleek, dynamic.
Yeah. All the ladies in the nursing home is like, I want some of that.
Oh, Josh Slapp, your mama getting it done again. First down inside the red zone. I'm going to have to add that to the nickname section of the broadcaster roster sheet. Josh Slapp, ... your mama.
Oh, you got to have the pause.
Oh, yeah.
You got to have the pause.
So, yeah, absolutely dominating performance by Houston in this one. They're going to advance to 5-1 on the season. Only 1 win away from what they've had in the past 2 seasons, and we're only at the midway point.
Yeah, and anybody who questioned anything about Houston being legit, this very much proves it, because they have actually done something that no other team has done all season, and literally shut down Gabriel Manning. As of right now, he's got 1 catch of 16 yards. His biggest play was on a kick return.
It's like his only play tonight,
right.
Yeah.
So that actually got his team down to the Houston 37, and that is the only drive that resulted in a touchdown for Tulsa. So it's been quite the defensive showing by Houston, and I just don't see them turning back at this point.
2-minute warning here in Houston. Headhunters 31-10 over the Desperados. So, Gerald, when they started the season week 1, they absolutely destroyed San Diego. They beat them by 37 points, 44-7 victory here at home. But then they had a couple of close ones. Look at this. Oh, jettisoned forward. 3rd down and 2. They had a couple of close games. Their week 2 victory was only a 1-pointer, 21-20 victory over Queen City. And then they narrowly beat Alamo City. They only put up 10 points themselves. It was a 10-7 victory over the Artillery. And those were all home games. So a convincing win in week 1, but then squeaked by in weeks 2 and 3. Went on the road for their first road game and lost big to Fort Worth. Josh Slapp gets the first down. First down and goal, and Tulsa will burn their second timeout. Went on the road again in week 6 after their bye week, and that was last week, absolutely destroyed Portland. So I think that's why, if anybody's questioning, like, are they legit? Well, it's probably because of those weeks 2 and 3 game where they were at home and, kind of barely won. Then they went on the road, lost big. This one, I think they're showing that they are a very complete team all around. They're getting ready to go up potentially by 4 scores. Slap your mama, baby! 4 touchdowns for Josh Slapp.
Hey, I have no answer to say. What was that said on those fences?
I'm not sure, but they should change it to slap your mama.
Josh Slapp's showing, like, what's he doing? He feels like he's slapping around the defense as well at this point, to the tune of 4 touchdowns and well over 150 yards, around 170 yards on the day on 33 carries, just over 5 yards per carry, keeping up with his per carry output on the season, and 38 points. Now, if anybody was questioning Houston, they are legit. Now, I think what we're looking at, as far as, kind of the games that they had where they were down, right? When you're winning, you're not really questioning what you're doing. You're winning. You're doing enough to win, right? Squeaking one out against Queen City, who was a legit team. Alamo City being, part of the South Division, and then they go on the road and play another division opponent in Fort Worth, and they actually get beat pretty bad. At that point, I'm sure this coaching staff looked at themselves and says, hey, even though we were 2 of 3 in these close wins, we won 2 close games in a row, and then we lost big to Fort Worth, we need to change something up. And what do they do the very next week? They go on the road and put up 66 points and win by 49 points on the road in Portland. And now look what they're doing this time. They're up 28 points, 4 scores on a very good, what we know is a very good Tulsa team. But now has Tulsa, if they cannot get Gabriel Manning to be able to produce and get him the ball, is this what we're going to see from them going forward?
Right, exactly. And we've talked about that, I think, at length in a couple of different pregame shows as Manning gets his second catch of the day. Or that's Viper. I think that was Viper. So I don't even think Manning did get his second catch yet. We've talked about how the offense really lives and dies at the hands of Gabriel Manning. And, for him to get completely shut down, it kind of shows what has happened to the Tulsa offense without his production. For potential fear that we might get canceled on suspicion of domestic violence, don't actually slap your mother. That's just to clarify.
Yes,
it's just a seasoning.
It's the name of a seasoning.
A delicious seasoning. That's all.
It is delicious. Overly salty.
Yeah, a little bit salty. Yeah, you use sparingly. Oh, Manning does get a target there. Tip drill, and it's picked. And everything's just gone pear-shaped for Tulsa tonight.
Pear-shaped. That's an excellent term used by the very, very good play-by-play broadcaster.
I totally stole it from Colin Northrup.
Colin Northrup was amazing. Everything's gone pear-shaped. I had no idea what that meaning meant. You guys need to look there. Everything's gone pear-shaped. It's a term that I didn't even know existed.
Well, I didn't either. But
I didn't know things that shaped like pears was a bad thing.
And not only did we not know it existed, but we heard it from Colin. We looked it up. Now we do know that it exists and applied it correctly. 100%. John Barnhart with the pick. And victory formation now for Houston as Tulsa's fresh out of timeouts. They're going to need to kneel this. They can kneel this one out and tick off the remaining clock. Gerald, as the clock rolls away, 38-10 victory for the Headhunters. Your final thoughts on this one?
Well, it just was a really, really dominant performance by Houston offensively. In the run game, hugely. Definitely in the defensive side because they were able to shut down Gabriel Manning to only 2 catches for 36 yards. And he's actually had 5 targets, so they weren't even really targeting him all that often, out of the Tulsa offense. Why? Because they were bracketing him all night and being able to shut him down and force him to do something different. And guess what? Houston proved that, hey, if you shut down Gabriel Manning, you can shut down the Tulsa offense. So will other teams, that play Tulsa going to look at this film and figure out how they shut down Gabriel Manning and be able to do it themselves? Very, very possibly. So, but Houston is legit, even though they have so many senior citizens in their receiving corps, right? And they're going to be rocking in the nursing home tonight, led by Mr. Bovine with his oxygen tank and brand new motor scooter.
Jamming to the oldies. Tomorrow, the SFL starts with a Sunday matinee in Charleston at 1 p.m. Eastern, where the Predators will welcome in the dynamic Seattle Nemesis plus DC at Jacksonville. Action resumes at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time with SFL powerhouses Florida and Arizona live from Phoenix, plus Canton, Louisiana, Denver, Indianapolis, and Queen City, Minnesota. For a full schedule of kickoff dates and times, visit simulationfl.net. That wraps it up for us here in Houston. Tulsa will fall to 3-3 on the season. Houston advances to 5-1 and convincingly out in front in the South Division. For Tulsa, they head to a bye week. They'll be able to regroup then on Sunday, March 10th at 6:45 p.m. They will return home and host Indianapolis. Next up for Houston, they play next Sunday, 6:45 p.m. They head on the road. Gerald, a real test for them next week. They take on Canton in Canton. So coming up tomorrow A full slate of games, as we just covered, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Seattle at Charleston. Camera duty, Rochelle Colston on the call to get the day started for us tomorrow. And Week 8, not far off. We'll be back on Friday nights starting next week at 8 p.m. Indianapolis at Louisiana, kicking things off next week. Gerald, you get to be the starting game.
Yeah, why not? I'll be calling a game opposite of it, so I'll have to rely on the game updates, but I think we'll do well.
I hope so. Good luck to you. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Houston wins it 38-10. For Gerald Smith, Ron Haynes, Ricky Robinson, Cameron Irvine, and Matt Wilson, who will always be with me in spirit, I'm Mike Daggs. Thank you for joining us. Be kind to one another. Always choose happy. And remember, never use McCormick Cajun seasoning.